My first impressions of Sarah were...
I could tell he was a really genuine person.
Sweet, she seemed real Southern.
Just completely down to earth.
When I saw her, she seemed tiny.
The kind that would do anything for anyone.
I was looking for somebody who's a Christian, who loves God and knows God, who's gonna pray for my kids and raise my kids to know Him too.
Definitely someone who just put God first. That was most important of all.
Somebody who loves the outdoors.
Someone who was down to earth.
Who's pretty easygoing and flexible.
And funny.
It's funny, who likes to laugh and likes to smile.
And somebody that I could, have a good time with and just be myself.
Somebody who likes to fish and likes my dog.
My favorite date with Jeremy was when we went to this little restaurant